first love. My name is Ava. I was 15 when I met John. He was new in my school. He had brown hair and blue eyes. He was very kind and very handsome. I liked him from the first day I saw him. One day, I saw him sitting alone. I went to him and said, "Hi, my name is Ava. Can I sit with you?" He smiled and said, "Yes, of course." We talked a lot that day and became friends. John and I started spending a lot of time together. We walked home from school, did homework together, talked about our dreams, and laughed a lot. I felt happy when I was with him. One day John asked me to go to the movies. I was so excited. I said yes. We went to see a funny movie, ate popcorn, and laughed a lot. After the movie, we walked in the park. He held my hand, and my heart was beating fast. I felt so happy. That night, I could not sleep. I kept thinking about John. I liked him so much and wanted to tell him, but I was scared. I did not know if he felt the same way. A few weeks later, John and I were sitting by the lake. It was a beautiful day. The sun was shining, and the birds were singing. John looked at me and said, "Ava, I need to tell you something." I felt nervous. My hands were shaking. John took a deep breath and said, "I like you, Ava. I like you a lot." So happy. I smiled and said, "I like you too, John." We both laughed and were so happy that day. John became my boyfriend. John and I were very happy together. We did everything together. Went to the park, watched movies, did our homework, talked about our dreams and our future. We made each other laugh and happy. John was very kind to me. He always listened to me, always helped me, and made me feel special. I loved him so much. One day John and I had a fight. It was about something small. I do not even remember what it was about, but we were both angry. We said things we did not mean. I was very sad and cried a lot. John came to me and said, "I am sorry, Ava. I did not mean to hurt you." I said, "I am sorry too, John." We hugged and made up, promising to always talk and not to fight again. John and I had many happy times together. We went on picnics, to the beach, and watched the stars at night. We talked about our dreams, laughed a lot, and were very happy. John gave me a necklace on my birthday. It was a heart-shaped locket, and inside there was a picture of us. He said, "This is to remind you that I will always love you." I cried happy tears. I loved John so much. One day John told me he had to move away. His dad got a new job in another city. I was very sad and cried a lot. John held me and said, "I will always love you, Ava. We will keep in touch and see each other again." We spent our last days together, going to all our favorite places, talking, laughing, and crying. On the day he left, I gave him a picture of us and said, "This is to remind you that I will always love you too." John and I wrote letters to each other, called each other on the phone, and talked about our days. We shared our dreams and missed each other a lot. It was hard being apart. I missed his smile, his laugh, and everything about him. But we promised to stay strong and wait for each other. As time went by, the letters became less frequent, and the calls became shorter. We both got busy with our lives. I made new friends, and so did John. We still loved each other, but it was hard. One day John called me and said, "Ava, I think we need to talk." My heart sank. I knew what was coming. John said, "I love you, Ava. but we are growing apart. I think it is best if we let go. I cried a lot that night. My heart was broken, but I knew John was right. We had to move on. It was hard at first. I missed John every day, but I knew I had to move on. I focused on my studies, spent time with my friends, and did things that made me happy. I kept the necklace John gave me and the letters he wrote. They reminded me of our love and the happy times we had. Years passed. I went to college, made new friends, met new people, and even fell in love again. But I never forgot John. He was my first love and will always have a special place in my heart. One day, I got a letter from John. He wrote, "Dear Ava, I hope you are doing well. I wanted to thank you for the wonderful times we had. You will always be my first love, and I will always cherish our memories. Take care. Love, John." I smiled when I read the letter. I was happy to hear from John and to know that he remembered our love. John and I may not be together anymore, but he will always be a part of me. Our love was special. It was pure. It was my first love. I learned a lot from my time with John. I learned what it means to love and to be loved. I learned that love is not always easy, but it is always worth it. John will always be in my heart. I will always remember our happy times and cherish our love. My first love will always be a beautiful memory. Life goes on. We meet new people and have new experiences. But our first love always stays with us. It shapes us, teaches us, and makes us who we are. I am grateful for my first love and for John. He made me happy, made me laugh, and made me feel special. I will always cherish our time together. From my first love, I learned many things: to be kind, patient, strong, and to love with all my heart. Love is a beautiful thing. It makes us happy, makes us cry, and makes us feel alive. My first love taught me that love is the most important thing in life. Even though John and I are not together, my heart remembers our love, the happy times, the laughs, and the tears. I will always love John. He will always be my first love and will always be in my heart. My first love will always be a beautiful memory. Years later, I met someone new. His name is Mark. He is kind and caring, makes me happy, and makes me laugh. I love him very much. Mark knows about John. He knows about my first love. He understands and is not jealous. He knows that John will always have a special place in my heart. My heart has grown. It has made room for new love and Mark. But it has not forgotten my first love or John. Love is a beautiful thing. It grows, changes, and makes us better. My heart has learned to love again and to be happy again. I am happy now. I have found new love and new happiness, but I will always remember my first love. I will always remember John. John will always be a part of me, and our love will always be a beautiful memory. My first love will always be in my heart. Love is a beautiful thing. It makes us happy, makes us cry, and makes us feel alive. My first love taught me that love is the most important thing in life. I will always cherish my first love. I will always cherish John. He was my first love and will always be in my heart.